to use a really large pan to cook the bacon. So this is a commercial size, full-size sheet pan. And in the recipe, this is a little tip that's really smart. Everybody should own parchment paper. And everybody that owns parchment paper should buy it at like a Gordon food service store or a place where they sell it in flat or folded sheets. Parchment paper on the roll is usually a nuisance to get to work for you because it usually wants to keep rolling back up again. But I have in the recipe that you should put the bacon on a parchment lined baking sheet. I even go one step further. It's a great tip. Everybody that loves to cook probably owns a cooking rack. So I put a cooking rack down first, and then I'm going to put the bacon on top of that. So I have the bacon, the pre-cut bacon here. And the reason we don't use like a really thin cut bacon is because this is going to sort of caramelize. We're only going to put the mixture, the spice mixture, on one side. So you just have to be careful because if you have really thick bacon, the caramelization part on the top of the bacon would most likely just turn a little bit too brown too quickly in order for it to work. It might not be the best process, but you know, most people at home probably have at least a half-size sheet cooking pan, like this guy that I have here, and a lot of places you could buy the pan with a rack that fits right over the top of it. So again, that's kind of a good thing to own. I'm going to keep this one lined with parchment paper because when the bacon comes out of the oven, I'm going to lay it back out on the parchment paper. So the bacon was, actually we had slab bacon, so the bacon was sliced just a little bit ago. We're going to lay it out first. And spice mix is super easy. If you don't like things that have heat, you could skip the cayenne pepper altogether. The key to this really is the brown sugar. So we'll save this pan back here. Some cayenne pepper. So I'm just going to kind of guess on the cayenne pepper.
Oh, it's going to be a little spicy.
A little spicy, a little kicky. If you don't like cayenne pepper, one thing you could do is just leave that out altogether and go for a little like smoked paprika, something like that. It kind of gives it color and it's going to give it a little bit of flavor and nuance also, and a little bit of black pepper. And this is super simple. You know, again, whenever I teach cooking classes, and in the past I've taught many cooking classes, normally in person, but I always just try to remind people of things that are simple. Like I have 25 tools out, and if you're cooking along with me, you may have 25 tools out. But one of the very best tools in the kitchen is a hand. And a really good thing to do is to own gloves, just like what I have on here, because you can just keep switching from one job to the next job to the next job. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on here, and I'll pick up the pan to give you an idea of what it looks like. Oh, Marie's on it. So we're just going on all the bacon. I'll go back and just use my hand, and then naturally the fat in the bacon is going to mix with this wonderful little sugary spice mix and create that flavor that we're looking for. We use this a lot. We do some sandwiches here as part of our carryout menu, and we'll do this to the bacon for the sandwiches. This is great. Actually, I think we put it in a tip in the recipe. This is great if you save it, even after it kind of cools down. It's a really great garnish for a Bloody Mary. Absolutely terrific for Bloody Mary. It's just like a little stir stick with some great flavor to it. Ooh. And again, this is a very simple make ahead. So I would definitely do this. You're going to serve this like, if you're going to serve this like for a holiday and you want to kind of have something done ahead of time, you could definitely do it the day ahead of time and then just pop it in the oven to kind of take the chill off of it. So it's going to end up being very crispy when it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in the oven. Here we go. We are caramelized. It's beautiful. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want it to look like.